Okay, we're here with head coach Alan Knipe for men's volleyball. We'll get an opening statement from coach about the two-win weekend, and then we'll open it up to questions. Coach?
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting week. Obviously, a lot of scrambling around here on campus, and a lot of um, just a lot of things, a lot of moving parts to have to move the match to the gold mine, and then play on the road. Obviously, last night or yesterday, but. First of all, it was just a crazy time around here, and I just want to thank everyone who made it happen because it's been a long time since we played kind of an official match in the gold mine, and never mind having it on ESPN and all the other things that were going on. So it didn't go unnoticed, all the hard work that went into it to make it the best situation possible. So that being said, we look forward to being back in the pyramid for our next home match. But yeah, it was good. I think that it was great to get home and play, and I thought the Concordia match was good for us. Their coach Chris Seifert, a Long Beach State legend, and does a great job with their team. And they came in, they played well, they played hard. It was exactly what we needed. I don't think we were necessarily clean all the way through the match. There was some really good parts of the match for us in every aspect of the game, but we didn't really string together any one area consistently through the match, and that's not, it's not shocking at this time of the year, but it's something we're trying to be better at. That was a little bit of the case in Pepperdine as well. Even though we were significantly better, I thought we played a really, really nice opening set, and I think we had a lot of opportunities to win set two. And I think if you look back at set two, I think when we watch video with the guys, I think it'll be a little bit more about the things that we let slip away in set two, and the errors that we had, and the unforced errors that we had, than just execution by the other team. And that being said, once you do that, it certainly allows a lot of confidence and aggression that came out of Pepperdine. They played a really good set three. They had a nice crowd. It was a big night for them. They had a lot of things going on, so they had the momentum, and we had to try to get that back. And then in set four and set five, I thought we put together two really, really decisive, consistent, all-round sets, and played very, very good volleyball. And a lot of it, in the fifth set was really just like Moni just kind of took over the fifth set from the end line serving, which is obviously a big deal for us. So we're happy with it. I don't think anybody will tell you we feel like we're anywhere close to the team we want to be, but we have a lot of guys out there that haven't played a lot for us, and some guys that are new to the program, and they're going through their first, which is fine. They're doing a lot of really good things, and when you have 10 guys graduate from the program last year, it's not just the talent, it's the years in the gym of the systems, the communication, just the little things. But this team's really talented, and they're figuring it out fast, and I'm really, really excited about what we can do. And it's a lot of fun working with these guys every day in the gym. They desperately want to be very, very good.
Coach, I want to talk about sets one for the last maybe 3 games. You dropped it against Lewis, and then that was probably the tightest one against CUI. And then Pepperdine, you were able to come out really strong.
Yeah.
What is the difference between maybe those other 2 set ones, and then Pepperdine's one?
Well, I think it's easier said than done. I think what first of all, it's not a video game. It's real emotion. It's real people playing. It's talent. There's real life things going on, and you prep. Scouting report wise, and you watch video, and there's things that you're preparing for, and there's a feeling out process that happens through that first set of what you believe true, or is there something different happening? And so getting to the point of shorten the list of and that's coaches too. That's not just on the players. Shorten the list and be able to execute. And if some teams do something, spectacular around what we want that we're preparing for, then that's okay. But there's a side of the game that you got to make sure that you're totally in your mind and in your body and playing the game and not in the scouting report. At the same time, there is an overarching game plan So, and there's dialogue going on how we should tweak some things. So a team learns as it goes along how to balance those with flat out just effort and execution and energy that comes from, making good plays, but also comes from wanting to compete right out of the gate. And I don't feel like with this team at all that there's been any sort of not wanting to compete. I feel like maybe there's some times that maybe we're trying to do too many different things, some of them physical, maybe some of them scout and report, some of them communication, and it doesn't seem to look as comfortable, and then we get going. Well, part of the job as a coach is to make sure that you remove some of those barriers for your team in the way you train, communicate, and prep for a match. So as we all figure out how to work with one another and how we want to do this thing, it's going to be just fine. We're figuring it out each match. I know that everyone would like to see it from 0-0 at this go, but it's January and we're trying to figure that out.
And since this is our first press conference this year, I mean, can you talk about the leaders on this team, this year's team leaders, and how they have been able to contribute so far?
Yeah, leaders come in a lot of different forms, right? You don't have to be a senior. You don't have to be, quote-unquote, a captain to lead. But we'll start with the captains, and that's Connor Bloom and Skylar Varga and Sotos. And those guys do a good job. They communicate really well with their teammates. They set a high level to follow when it comes to how we want to handle ourselves on the court, off the court, preparing for practice, preparing for games, preparing for video, whatever it might be. And then you have other leaders, just like natural leaders, like Moni on the court right now, just because of his confidence at his position and what he brings to that position for us brings confidence. And I think those guys are all doing a pretty good job. We have other guys, De'Aris McRaven's doing a good job, Nato Dickinson in that role, Dane Hillis, guys that have been around. They're all trying to do their part, So I think, and this is what I would prefer for most teams, is that I really don't want one person who's like a go-between between coaching staff and the players. I'd like there to be more of a leadership group, and I think we're going to do it with more of a holistic, whole group attitude than we are with just one captain or a couple of guys. So where they're going as a group right now is fine with me. I like the leadership, and it's different guys, different nights, different practices, and guys that aren't afraid to speak up and talk about what they believe. So I like it.
And then going to statistical leaders now, I think a lot of people coming into this season, if they followed Long Beach State volleyball last year, they wouldn't exactly expect someone like Daniil Hrstanovic to lead the team in kills.
Yeah.
What do you think has gone into that this year to at least start the year off leading the team in kills?
He's a big guy with a big arm, and he had a really good fall last year, and it really wasn't anything to do with anything he did last year to be out there more. It was more of just the lineup that I used by moving Skylar over to get Clark back onto the left. And so it doesn't surprise anybody on our team, and it didn't surprise anyone when he went away this summer and played for Canada and was the leading point scorer for them at the tournaments they went to. And the way he's playing, he's only scratching the surface. He's great at the net. He's offensive from the left, from the right, out of the back row. He's got a big arm from behind the end line, so he's only figuring it out. But no, it doesn't surprise us at all. He's worked really, really hard. He wants to be good. He wants to be, he wants to have a long career in volleyball. And I think people are just now starting to see, his individual talent, what we've been seeing for the last year plus.
And then if you could preview your team going over to Nevada this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, at this time of the year, it's important to do lots of things, right? We have to come in from matches that we just played, and we have to honestly assess them, set some good goals for the week, and get better, regardless of the win or a loss, or whether we thought it was really good or really bad. That all matters, but the most important thing is learning from that and creating the environment that the goal is to improve. It's not to get caught up in a lot of hype. It's not get caught up in just emotion of a match, or maybe even just the result of a match, good or bad. And that's always something that you have to teach each program of what we expect here of how each week rolls for us. So that's where we're caught up in right now. We're caught up in how we can come back from this weekend, apply that to these days of practice that we have. How can we get up there and be better than we were in certain areas this weekend. And that's not just, I'm not just saying that as like soundbite information. It's a true belief that individually we can all get better, so that collectively, if everybody gets 1 or 2% better in the week, collectively the team gets significantly better. And that's our goal. That's my job. That's my staff's job, to set those. But we don't like to come in and just lecture to the guys what they need to do. We like to get them. We've watched the video. They've watched the video. They have some thoughts. Hey, man, they're living it real time on the court. They're out there. They're doing it. And put all that together. I mean, the amount of volleyball IQ we have on the court is tremendous right now. So you want to listen to your players as well. And let's see how good we can get by next weekend. At the same time, where you are at the beginning of the season, you're also trying to make sure you're not just a group of 7 or 8 guys. We have some really talented guys on our team. We saw that, Ben Braun's been dealing with a few things. Lazar's been dealing with a few things. We even had Nato Dickinson play in the middle last night, and he did a great job. We have some guys at each spot. We got guys like Sebasani, who's been coming in and doing a great job in practice and had some opportunities, done a good job. We got Connor Bloom. We got these other guys. So what you're looking for is, without missing a beat, how can you continue to expand some roles? How can you get some experience? How can you get some guys out there while keeping it rolling, right? Not just making subs when it's required because you're down or you feel like someone's not playing well. And how can we build this base? And so we're trying to balance all of that through the week, and hopefully we'll do that and have this is a new tournament for us. This is one of those opportunities to go to a place that doesn't have a lot of men's volleyball with a big boys tournament and get a chance to kind of showcase men's volleyball up there and hopefully play great volleyball and grow the game.
Thank you for your time this morning, Coach. Have a great weekend.
I appreciate all of you. Thank you.